So students, in the previous video I have already introduced you with this topic, that is your natural means coal and petroleum, in which I have told you before that natural and man-made resources, and I hope you all will be able to now write down at least three natural and man-made resources around you. You may observe and note it down. Inexhaustible and natural resources I have told you, which are in unlimited amount like sunlight, and which are in limited amount like minerals and coals. These are natural resources. Natural resources are of two types, inexhaustible and exhaustible. Inexhaustible resources are also known as renewable resources, whereas exhaustible resources are sometimes known as non-renewable resources. You have to keep in mind with different names also. Next, if we will go through all these things one by one, we will come to know that fossil fuels are one of the natural resources. In this chapter basically we will learn about, or we have means got whatever you have understood up till now is about some exhaustible natural resources like petroleum, coal and natural gas. These are formed from dead and means you can say dead remains of living organisms. Either they can be plant or animals, and these, when they are made from dead living beings, dead remainings of living organisms, they are said to be fossil fuels. One of them is a coal. Actually, coal is formed with the help of huge amount of dead remains of living organisms. It takes approx 1000 of years to get coal again and again. Means it is not very easy to prepare coal again and again. Same story is being written here. If you will go through, about 300 years ago, the earth had dense forest in a low lying wetland areas. Due to natural processes like flooding, these forests got buried under the soil. And when those forests got buried under the soil, they actually became what? They became as you have, it is written here, story of coal. About 300 million years ago, the earth had dense forest, and those dense forests, after the flood came, they were buried into the soil, and the soil deposited over them was compressed, and the temperature also rose as they sank deeper and deeper. Temperature was also rose, means temperature भी बढ़ा दिया गया, जिससे under high pressure and high temperature dead plants got slowly converted to coal. So in this manner coal was obtained with the dead residues of plants and animals. As coal contains mainly carbon, question might come, which element is present in coal? So your answer will be carbon. The slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is actually known as carbonization, because coal is a form of carbon. So slowly conversion of dead vegetation into coal is known as carbonization. Since it was formed from the remains of vegetation, so coal is also called a fossil fuels. This is written in your book. Now let's move to the next is that when heated in air, this coal when heated in air produces mainly what, which gas? So answer will be carbon dioxide. Coal is processed in industry to get some useful products such as coke. Coke and coal tar are just the product of coal. Like milk product you have studied in your previous classes, in previous chapter. Similarly, coal products you have to remember that coke, coal tar, coal gas are the three types of mainly coal products. Coke is a tough, porous and black substance, while coal tar is a thick liquid with unpleasant smell. Coal gas is obtained during the processing of coal to get coke. Means during the processes in which the coal is formed, whatever gas comes out is known as coal gas. Coal tar is a thick liquid. It is a mixture of about 200 substances. And in industry like synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, plastics, this type of things are being used. Products obtained from coal tar are used as starting materials for manufacturing. In the starting manufacturing of explosives, plastics, paints, photographic materials, coal tar is used. Coke is just used in the manufacture of steel and extraction of many metals. You have to remember these points one by one. Petrol and diesel are obtained from natural resources. It is natural resources. Coal is also natural resource and petroleum is also natural resource. How petroleum is refined, that you have to remember. Petroleum is a dark oily liquid. It has an unpleasant odor. Odor means its smell. Petroleum you might have observed or felt the smell of petrol in various petrol pumps. So that is only unpleasant odor. It is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum, gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin. These all products you will have to keep in mind. Then there is the natural gas. I have told you already that CNG is the form of natural gas, that is compressed natural gas. This table you have to read out and go through the uses of each of the constituents of petroleum, that where petrol is used, wherever kerosene is used, you have to go through it one by one. Then you have to read all these points whatever you have studied in the chapter in short, and then you will try to solve this exercise 4 and 5. Rest all the things will be provided to you, means answers and notes will be provided to you with the help of your PDF files.